In this tutorial, I will be talking you through how to make the second part of the box. We're actually going to screw that all the bits together. The first thing we need to do is I'm going to remove the top from the bottom. Okay, and you'll see that there are three holes there that we're going to run the screws through. Okay, now for each of those we're going to use the countersink. This is the countersink, and we're going to countersink into the wood. The idea of using the countersink is that if I look at one of these screws, you'll see at the end there's a kind of V shape. Okay, so this V shape I want to actually cut into the wood so that it'll run smooth. Okay, so I'm going to get my countersink. Okay, hold it on the other side. I'm just going to dig that into the wood. Okay, I'm looking for, hopefully you can see that, alright, that it's kind of digging in and it's giving me a V shape from the side. So if I imagine looking at that from the side, okay, there would be a kind of V shape. I'm just going to pop a screw in there and just check if it lies flat. Okay, so as long as it's running flat, okay, so that one's fine. I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'll just turn that over and again get my countersink and just dig into the wood. Okay, so I'm sort of drilling out a kind of V shape. Okay, I'm just going to grab and again test that screw. And the idea of countersinking is that the things aren't going to catch. So if I just rub my finger over, I can just start to feel that catching a little bit. So I'm just going to go a little bit more on there. Okay, so back to my countersink. And there we go. Okay, and I can run my finger over that. It's not going to catch on anything. Okay, so I've done the two side countersinks. I'm now going to do the front. Now the front, we actually want the screw to stick out. So I'm only going to do a little bit. So if you can see, it's already been done, just a tiny little bit. So on there, I am literally just going to give it a tiny, that's probably enough, just a tiniest little twist. Okay, just to put a little bit of a tiny little lip on there. Okay, so now I want to put the first bolt in. So I'm going to do the one at the front first. Okay, so I need my screw and my nut. Okay, now the nuts, let's just see if I can show you. Okay, they are what we call Nylok. Now Nylok means, if you can see inside of there, there's a little sort of blue plastic ring, and the idea is that once it goes on, it'll be very difficult to sort of undo itself. Okay, so we're going to put the screw through the front of the hole. And I'm going to put the Nylok, now the Nylok nut I'm going to put on the other side, but I'm going to put that flat to the wood. Okay, so if I look, come in a bit closer and have a look, you'll see there's a kind of flat side which always goes towards the wood, and there's a kind of curvy side that we leave sticking out the way. Okay, now I can only do it so far with my finger, and then it won't go any further. So at this point I need to use the pliers and the screwdriver. Okay, and I'm just holding the nut and I'm just going to tighten that up. Okay, now as I'm tightening it up, okay, I don't want it to go too far, so once I get some resistance on there, I'll stop. So there we go, that's about as far as I want to go, just so that it's nice and flat. Okay, inside there, and that's all looking good. Okay, and this little bit here is sticking out, but we want that on purpose. Okay, we're now going to decide the hinges. So I'll put the lid on the top of there. Okay, and that actually, you can see how the screw actually forms the lock. Okay, and I'm just going to turn that on the side. So now what I want to do is I want to just put the screws in from the side. So I'm going to do the top one. Now sometimes these might be a little bit stiff. If so, just get the screwdriver and kind of push it in. Okay, I'm going to do the other one. Okay, and now I can open the box. Okay, top tip for opening the box, you need to push this bit here. Okay, because when you push that, that's going to bend the wood away, so that'll allow that to open up. Okay, so you now should be able to see, okay, that the thread is just sticking out on both sides, there and there. Okay, so I'm now going to put my the M3 Nyloks onto there. Okay, so what I do is I'm just going to put my finger on there and sort of hold that in place, and then we use the screwdriver and just start to tighten that up. Okay, now this is definitely the fiddliest bit, so sometimes it'll work straight away, other times it just won't go on straight and you'll just have to play. There we go, that's on now. So I'm just holding that with my finger, okay, and just tightening that up until it starts to turn around. Once it starts to turn around, obviously, there you go, so that's now turning around, so I wouldn't now need to use the pliers. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So again, grab the Nylok. Okay, and I've just got it on the end of the thing. I'm just holding it in there. Just screw that. I can just feel it's not turning on the other side. I'm just going to keep going with that. Okay, and now it's now turning around on the inside as well. So if you see, if I turn that, you can see the inside's now turning. So I need to use a pair of pliers and probably just give it about a half turn. That'll probably be enough. If I go any more than a half turn, the box will be too tight. It'll give you, it won't kind of open and close very nicely. It'll be too squeaky. If you do over tighten it, you can just, it's very easy just to go in and sort of untighten it again. Okay, and there's my box. Okay, now when that lid goes on, okay, so I can test it works. I'm trying to open it. Okay, and to open it, I want to push just here as hard as I can, and then I can lift that up. Okay, and that's your box finished.